saying Washington State done changed their laws, but they still don't apply. So let it fly, right? At least that's what they're supposed to do. And I got put in handcuffs today over some drama, over some dumb shit, because people don't know what the laws are. You know what I'm saying? But it's okay, because I'm going to call a lawyer, you know what I mean? I'm going to call the transit company back, you know what I mean? And we just going to do what it does. You know what I'm saying? If I sue, it is what it is, you know what I'm saying? I feel like I have to now, because, you know what I'm saying? I'm sitting here telling you this ain't necessary, this ain't necessary, you know what I'm saying? Permit in hand, permit in wallet, you know what I mean? Like, what? You know what I mean? That's crazy to me. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know anything about excessive force. You know what I'm saying? You want to sit here and tell me I'm reaching? I didn't reach for nothing but a wallet. You know what I'm saying? But that's what police officers do. They assume. You know what I'm saying? Hey, I wasn't scared. I wasn't afraid. You know what I'm saying? Just because old boy had a gun on him. You know what I mean? He had a gun on him. I had a gun on me. You know what I'm saying? The law states that I am allowed to carry with a concealed weapons permit. So as soon as he took the gun, you know what I'm saying, and then looked at the permit, ran the numbers, you know what I'm saying, it should have been over. But nah, people like to push the issue all because, you know what I'm saying, the local transit company is breaking federal law by not having a restroom for disabled peoples to use. You know what I'm saying? But I'm in the wrong. I'm in the wrong because I know what and how laws apply to me in any given situation that I am in. But I don't know anything. You know what I mean? I'm just, uh, 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 you know what I mean? So I just wanted to come live and see what was gonna happen. You know what I'm saying? I know y'all probably seen the short. If you didn't, go watch it. You know what I'm saying? I really wish I would have been live, you know what I'm saying, and got all that shit on camera. But you know what I'm saying? Of course, there was cameras at the transit center, you know what I'm saying? The police officers and the security guards, they had cameras, you know what I'm saying? So I'm about to call the transit company tomorrow and we're about to, you know what I'm saying, request all of that. You know what I mean? And we're gonna ask for expedited. Hello, hello. What's good? You know what I'm saying? It's cool. You know what I'm saying? I just got pimped up by the police for being within my own rights. You know what I'm saying? And so now, because the guy used excessive force, tackling me to the ground, and I almost broke my arm, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna go talk to a lawyer and we're gonna see about suing the transit company. We're gonna see about suing Pierce County, you know what I'm saying? And we're gonna see about suing Tacoma because the Tacoma officer that pulled up, you know what I'm saying? I asked her a bunch of questions, let me out this car, you know what I'm saying? I have disabilities, you know what I'm saying? You got me in handcuffs, my body is going numb, you know what I'm saying? I'm not going to jail. No, but they will. You know what I'm saying? They're about to have a lawsuit on their hands. You know what I'm saying? But you know what I'm saying? It just is what it is. You know, I can't be mad. I'm not mad. You know what I'm saying? You had me tackled to the ground, sat in a police car in handcuffs, you know what I'm saying, searched all of my bags and all of my belongings, and I still got up out that car and got into another car and got a ride to where I needed to go. No charges filed, you know what I'm saying? No transit bans, none of that. You know what I'm saying? It's, I'm within my laws. I know what my laws are and I know how they apply to me and when they apply to me. You know what I'm saying? The initiative says I'm not allowed to carry in a transit center. I'm not allowed to carry in a library. I'm not allowed to carry in a zoo and other places. But that's not what it is because I have a permit to carry concealed weapons in my state. So pretty much they did raid me, bro. Hey, oh boy, he didn't read me. He didn't read me my rights. He didn't tell me I was detained. He didn't none of that, bro. You know what I'm saying? He didn't say, oh, I have probable cause because I see a firearm on you that was 100% legal. You know what I'm saying? None of that. So, with that being said, you know what I'm saying? I'm going to call the handful of people that I need to, you know what I'm saying? And I'm going to call a lawyer and we're going to, you know what I'm saying, see what this is going to become. You know what I'm saying? And then with that, I'm going to wait on the transit company to see what they're going to do to fix the original issue that had happened of having no bathrooms for disabled Americans. You know what I'm saying? And then after that, I'm going to file a complaint with the Federal Transit Authority, you know what I'm saying, and have the feds come in and do something because, you know what I'm saying, they're breaking federal law by not abiding by the ADA laws. So, I think very much so, I have a lawsuit on their hands. You know what I'm saying? I have a lawsuit that I'm capable of bringing. So, I think to be big and bad and push the issue, you know what I'm saying, which needs to be done because if, you know what I'm saying, law abiding citizens don't push issues, tyrants, you know what I'm saying, get to take over. You know what I'm saying? I'm about to I'm about to go call a lawyer and you know what I'm saying, we about to see what's up and I'm about to subpoena all of them peoples, you know what I'm saying, because it's hella wrong. Pray for the enemies. How that's funny. No, we don't do that. You know what I'm saying? But all I know is that I was within my legal rights to do everything that I did. You know what I'm saying? I'm allowed to have guns. I've never been adjudicated to a hospital. I've never, you know what I'm saying, been in trouble with the law ever. You know what I'm saying? I don't have a criminal record. I got professional licenses on the line. You know what I'm saying? And so we're definitely about to go push the issue. You know what I'm saying? You can't say I was in uniform because I was in jeans. You know what I mean? But, you know what I'm saying? That's crazy how the police, you know what I'm saying, in my city didn't do shit. You know what I'm saying? The county cops didn't do shit, but the one chief that's, you know what I'm saying, assigned to the transit, you know what I'm saying, because I had an incident with him before, he did everything. You know what I'm saying? Hey, I understand what's going on. You know what I'm saying? Let me take it over. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to send your request to the people it needs to be sent to. Yeah, they put me in handcuffs, but you know what I'm saying? As you can see, I'm free as a bird and still got my guns, still got my permits, still got my licenses. You know what I'm saying? The state can't touch me. You know what I mean? And I'm not saying it to be mean. I just didn't break the law because I know that they changed the law and they said that I couldn't carry here. Bro, I carry in the library every day concealed. I carry on their transit property every day concealed because that's what the law is and that's the only way for me to do it. But at the same time, you know what I'm saying? I'm not about to be defenseless just because I ride the bus and I choose not to drive my car. I'm not about to be defenseless because a law says this and a law says that, but they're not even around me. You know what I'm saying? I'm in Washington State, the most convoluted state in the United States of America behind California. You know what I'm saying? Which is crazy as hell because these people think that they know their laws. You know what I'm saying? The officer, he strictly could have said, "Oh, I seen a gun on you, sir. You know you're not supposed to have that there." And here on the transit property, and I would have said, "Sir, actually, yes, I am," because it was concealed up until I started walking away, and because it was hot outside, I didn't have the jacket on that I had zipped up. You know what I'm saying? I didn't have it zipped up because it was hot. Otherwise, he wouldn't even have seen it. You know what I'm saying? But he didn't have to do everything that he did. You know what I mean? You didn't have to force me to the ground and hear me screaming for your body cameras because everything is audio and visually recorded. You know what I'm saying? I have permits. You know what I'm saying? You're hurting me. You're attempting to break my arm and this and that. You know what I'm saying? You're not now because of initiative or bill 5444 unless you have a concealed weapons permit, which I have. So that law doesn't apply to me. Even then, if you wanted to say that I was in uniform because my jacket had my company logo on it, you know what I'm saying? That doesn't apply to security guards either. You know what I'm saying? So I would have been on it on multiple fronts. But like I said, I'm just going to go talk to a lawyer about the issue. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? While I'm in that office, I'm talking with him, you know what I'm saying? I'm about to sit here and, hey, this is the incident that happened. You know what I'm saying? I've already put in the requests you know what I'm saying, to get what I need to, you know what I mean? And that's just what it is. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna carry every day on transit property concealed like I'm supposed to in a library every day. Hell no, I wasn't formally charged. They didn't even book me. They couldn't book me because I was within the law, fam. And that's what I'm saying. Like the Washington gun law channel, you know what I'm saying? He says you need to know the law in every situation and how it applies to you. You know what I'm saying? I have my documents. I have my reduced fare permit card that says, you know what I'm saying, I have a disability. You know what I mean? Bam. Right there. Bam. How do you get that? You have to prove that you have a disability. You know what I'm saying? You feel me? Prove that you have a disability to get that, right? Bam. You know what I'm saying? Hey, hold on, Nick. Because I'm gonna set this down for just 1 second. And I'm gonna grab this little sock right here. You know what I'm saying? And then I'm gonna, you know what I'm saying? Yep, I see. You know what I'm saying? Boom. Right there. Boom. Washington State concealed pistol license. So with that right there, you know what I'm saying? With that right there, he should have not even had anything else to say to me. You should have said, oh, a firearm? Because I saw it? Yup. Okay. Do you have a permit to carry that firearm on this property? Yup. You know what I'm saying? Take it, run my serial, you know what I'm saying? Look at my permit, look at my driver's license, and call it a day. But he wanted to push the issue. So you know what? I'm going to push the issue too. You know what I'm saying? I'll be pushing this for the next couple of weeks. I'm saying I gotta work tomorrow, so I'm getting up early. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to the office to get the other piece of the uniform that I need, you know what I'm saying? And then I'm shooting right back to Tacoma and I'm going right into the courthouse, you know what I'm saying? And I'm finna talk with somebody, you know what I'm saying? I'm finna through the flash. You know what I mean? I'm finna call Pierce County too and be like, hey, boom, 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 I need this, this, and this because no, I haven't done that yet because, you know what I'm saying, the chief, the contracted chief that's for the transit company, he said he was gonna review the video and all that. And the next time I see him, you know what I'm saying, I'm gonna actually do that, you know what I'm saying? And I probably should file a police report. I'll probably do that tomorrow because I'm saying I didn't want to do it with them there, even though you heard me on their body cameras, you know what I'm saying, sit there and say, hey, I want all of your badge numbers and, you know what I'm saying, your names and all of that, you know what I mean? But you know what I'm saying? Yeah, I'm definitely about to do that. I'm definitely about to, you know what I'm saying, go talk with somebody and, you know what I'm saying? I'm definitely about to probably end up suing these people because, you know what I'm saying, I really feel like they violated my rights on multiple occasions. Didn't, you know what I'm saying, tell me anything about probable cause, you know what I'm saying? They didn't say I was legally detained. They didn't read me Miranda. You know what I'm saying? None of that. I would have had an attorney look over the police report before you sent it in. You know what I'm saying? I might just do that. You know what I'm saying? I might just do that too. I just know that, you know what I'm saying, I'm not about to let these tyrant ass cops get away with what they did today. That's what I do know. Because I am a law abiding citizen. I am a disabled American. And I do know my laws. So, you know what I'm saying? That's how we're going to deal with this. You know what I mean? It's wrong that, you know what I'm saying, these police officers don't even know their law. You know what I'm saying? But I just looked at the Washington State Department of Health and they have a card that says, oh, with the qualifying medical condition, this person can use employee restrooms in establishments. So I guess I need to go to my doctor and get one of those signed up too. So I'll do that. You know what I'm saying? And you know what I'm saying? This shit's not gonna keep happening to me. You know what I'm saying? I don't like my rights violated and, you know what I'm saying, being hemmed up for nothing. You know what I'm saying? I'm not a felon. I'm not a, you know what I'm saying, criminal. I'm not a lawbreaker, you know what I mean? I simply That's exactly what it is, fam. Bureaucracy, you know what I'm saying? And I feel like this, if we the people don't stand up to the tyrants, then we're part of it. We're part of the issue if we don't stand up to them. You know what I mean? Because, hey, originally when the governments got started, they worked for the people. Now it's the people work for the government, and that's not the way it should be. You know what I'm saying? We all have rights. The Second Amendment is the only right that you need a license in Washington State to, you know what I'm saying, enforce. But that amendment right there enforces all of the other ones. You know what I'm saying? I don't need a license to use the freedom of speech. You know what I'm saying? I don't need a license to say this is excessive force and, you know what I'm saying, this punishment is unruly and overbearing. You know what I mean? Government has always been out of control. Exactly. And because the United States government is out of control, the state governments are out of control too. You know what I mean? But I know what I'm supposed to know. You know what I'm saying? I'm 32 years old. I've been carrying guns since the day I turned 21. The day I turned 21, I went and bought my first pistol. You know what I'm saying? And lived in a state that's way more gun friendly than this one. I lived in Arizona at that time. You know what I'm saying? A week after that, I got ran up on with a Glock 17 and an AK-47 put in my face in a park full of kids. You know what I'm saying? And had her on me. But I was like, I don't want to do this. I've been in 5 self-defense situations in my life. You know what I'm saying? And every time it could have been a justifiable. But I don't want to do that because I don't want to deal with the legal liability. You know what I mean? I'm smarter than that. You know what I'm saying? Just like when I got assaulted 3 days before I went and picked up my firearm that I currently have, you know what I'm saying? They said, the transit people said, oh, it was mutual combat, bro. The chief that I saw today, which that was the first time I had ever met him, you know what I'm saying? He went back to the office, reviewed all the videos up, you know what I'm saying? Because I strictly asked him, I said, hey, driver, let me off this bus so I can avoid this confrontation. You know what I'm saying? Then the dude got off the bus at the stop and waited for me, you know what I'm saying? And then got maxed out by somebody else that was sitting there, you know what I'm saying? Because he noticed I wasn't even, you know what I'm saying, doing anything. I bit the man in the hand so he would get off of me, and that was it. You know what I'm saying? Then I got put back in a cop car and this and that, you know what I'm saying? And I had to ask him, I said, what do I do? How do I get away from this situation and this scene without, you know what I'm saying, causing any problems? Washington is, you know what I'm saying, a democratic state. You know what I'm saying? I had to. You know what I'm saying? The man was trying to smash my face into a metal pole and a fare box on a Pierce Transit bus. And that was the only thing I could get was the webbing of his hand. And you know what I'm saying? And that's all it took, bro. Get off me. You know what I'm saying? And then on top of that, I got the Tacoma police officer after he dropped me off to, you know what I'm saying, sit there and say, bro, if that's what you have to do, if you keep seeing this person, you got to do what you got to do. Handle that. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not tripping. It is what it is. You know what I mean? I'm just finna continue to be the best person that I'm gonna be. You know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna continue to carry the guns that I own to defend myself. You know what I'm saying? Hey, in Washington State, if you have to take somebody's life in self-defense and it's deemed you was in defense, Washington State has a statute on the books that says they have to reimburse you for all the money that you spent fighting your case. You know what I'm saying? So no, I'm not walking dead. You know what I'm saying? I just keep 2 guns on me like I'm supposed to. You know what I'm saying? And next thing I'm going to buy it. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm trying to get further in my career and I'm trying to do armed security. You know what I'm saying? So these are all things that I'm going to need anyways. You know what I'm saying? I just started carrying guns and, you know what I'm saying, taking my own safety into my own hands because that's what I know. You know what I mean? That's all I can do. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nobody protect me. You know what I'm saying? The Supreme Court of the United States has come out and enforcement is just that, law enforcement. They are there to enforce laws, not protect anyone. You know what I'm saying? So I have to keep my protection on my person. You know what I mean? Under wraps, because they're gonna look into any little misstatements you make. I don't make misstatements. I told him from Jump Street, this isn't necessary. I have a permit, you know what I'm saying? None of these laws right here apply to me. I have the permit. So it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? It's not that I have to stop talking about it. It's that if you don't talk about things and you don't expose things, you know what I'm saying, they get tossed under rugs. You know what I'm saying? They can play this in court too. I didn't say anything wrong other than I think I have a potential lawsuit. That's all I said. You know what I'm saying? So I said I was going to go talk with a lawyer. That's all I said. You know what I'm saying? And that's how I feel about it because I don't like the way that I was treated today while I was within my rights. You know what I'm saying? They did all that, searched my bags, you know what I'm saying? Put everything I owned that I had with me in my umbrella in the bag to put a hole in it. You know what I mean? That was crazy. But at the end of it all, I didn't get a ban. I didn't get arrested. I didn't federal law to begin with because I have an ADA bathroom there. I was at for it just is what it is. But I just had to come live and, you know what I'm saying, make a short and this and that and get it off my chest because, you know what I'm saying, I can't be the one to, you know what I'm saying, not document what I did. You know what I'm saying? I just be careful. Lawyers can make a mountain out of an ant mountain. That's true. That's true. You know what I'm saying? I've been part of court cases before. You know what I mean? I don't think the people that live here actually understand how the laws apply to them. You know what I'm saying? I do my research. I look at laws and how they apply to me and where they apply to me. And I have to because I am in the situation that I'm in. So, you know what I'm saying? I just try to be the best I can be. But thank y'all for tuning in. I appreciate it. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to go ahead and end this live because I got other stuff going on. You know what I'm saying? I just had to, like I said, get it off my chest for a minute. You know what I mean? And it is what it is. But thank you guys. I appreciate it. You know what I'm saying? Like, share, subscribe. You know what I'm saying? More to come. Appreciate it.
Get on the ground, sir.